And we are live. Come on in, everybody. Bishop Greg Davis page, Lola George, whatever you want to do. We are live everywhere. Greg and Lola.
And we are live.
All right.
Welcome Saturday night. Y'all come in. Let us know where you're coming in from. Share.
Come on in.
Share.
So glad to see you on this here Saturday. This is September 12th. Today, I got to tell y'all what today is. Do you know what today is?
Really? It's your anniversary?
It's my anniversary.
Of what?
Yeah. Today is the day I got married. 15 years ago. Yeah.
I don't celebrate mine.
And yesterday is the day that my divorce was final. 13 years ago.
Hey, Mika. Did you get a notice tonight?
Hey, Mika.
Everybody invite and share.
Girl, I can't wait. It's my anniversary. How y'all doing? Hey. That's right. Check in Longview, Texas.
Carlton Lynch says happy anniversary to you.
Thank you.
That's sick.
What's up, ATL? We missed y'all too. We're going to talk about it.
Oh, the sip is in the house.
From the M.I. crooked letter, I, crooked letter, up, back. Hey, Dallas, Texas, stand up. Chesterfield, Virginia. So glad to have you. Long Beach.
Flint Town.
Up. How y'all doing?
Big D in the house.
The LBC is in the building. Hey, Miss Patty. Hey, Derek Washington, Michael Gaston, Bruce, Miss Shirley, Muchet.
Good evening.
Mr. Muhammad. I don't want to mess it up. I'm sorry. HP is in the building. Kimberly, Highland Park, stand up.
Need y'all to invite and share.
So did you all know that Highland Park was like the original Grosse Pointe? Did y'all know that? And as far as the prestige?
That must have been in the 30s.
I knew that because Lola told me that.
That's the only reason you knew.
Highland Park was a real gem and jewel here in the city of Detroit. It was one of the original suburbs for the city of Detroit, coming through the industrial era. All of everything that was north of Warren was all industrial. The original city line stopped at Warren, but I'm not going to get into Detroit history tonight.
I'm about to say, it's only 4 people on here from Detroit.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to say. They don't even know what you're talking about.
They're going to be like, did we just talk about this?
So, hello, Pamela Johnson.
Sister Pam?
Sister Pam, Evangelist. Look at that baby, Sean.
She is so beautiful. Wow.
Oh, my God. Look at that. This is one of our partners, one of our members.
Celebration in the house.
That baby is a cutie pie.
Celebration in the house. Blessings to all. You can send your questions if you like. Also,
yes.
Lola.
Today gonna be a little open. We're gonna give it 2 more minutes to fill up a little bit more. 2 more minutes. We're gonna go live at 9:05.
My girl Kiki is in the house.
Hey Kiki, do you love me?
You're right.
See, these are my in the comments friends. I'm excited to be able to actually talk to them today.
All right, they want your foolishness, so go ahead.
It's coming too.
Lola, keep going.
They want your foolishness.
It is coming.
Yeah, we're gonna have a good time tonight. We're gonna have a good show tonight. I feel it in my shando. I feel it in my shanana.
Come on,
it's gonna be good. I feel it. I feel it. We're gonna have a moment of transparency because I have one thing that you all will learn about me, and I think you all have already learned, is that Lola keeps it 100, and sometimes I keep it 100 more than I need to. But I feel like if people support you, they need to hear from you and they need to know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? If you're on a platform such as this and you've invited people into your world, don't let them halfway in. Let them in. Let them see you. Good,
if they
bad, and
rock
ugly.
with you, they gonna rock.
But you want to know all your business?
Well, it's the business that I tell.
Ah, I got you.
That
Okay.
keyword that I
Because
tell.
I can share. You know,
No,
I know a lot.
The business that I tell.
Oh,
because here, if you get to telling mine, I'll get to tell yours. You know.
Oh Lord. Well, we don't want to do that. Not tonight, anyway.
Okay. All right. How y'all doing? Y'all know
Did Greg just go to the bathroom? Like, what happened here?
Sean and Simone know where the bodies are buried.
Oh boy.
So tonight we have with us again my friend and sister Simone Pretty Things Home. She is a fashion consultant. She is a stylist extraordinaire. She's an image consultant. She has style, class, and grace, but above all of that, she is our real friend. We talk on a daily basis. Her and Greg have known each other since they were kids. They've known each other over 40 years. Like, this is,
me, but yeah.
Yes, he is older than she is. She called you out. But they have known each other since they were kids. So the people that's on with us today are people that really, truly know us inside and out. And then you all see Sean Jones. He is our he is Bishop's faithful adjutant. He is my best friend and little brother. And he is the pain in our side on Saturdays in the comments. Everybody welcome Sean Jones.
I don't do nothing, y'all. I just hang out with Bishop and Lola. That's it.
Outside. Wait a minute.
No, that's good. That's all I want the people to know.
No. Sean, also, because we have people that's tuning in from all over the country, and I want you to know that Sean is a senior mortgage banker for Quicken Loans.
He wins all of the awards, not some of them.
Yeah, he is an award-winning mortgage loan banker. He has several awards that he's won through the years working there, and he is licensed to perform mortgages all over the country. So if you're on here and you're looking to buy a home and you need a mortgage, you can definitely reach out to Sean because he does mortgages all over the country.
Watch this, Lola. Maisha, you didn't speak to me.
Hey, Robin. I'm just jumping in. Hey, Robin.
Hey, Alicia.
So last week, shall we get started?
Yes. I'm a pop back because I got me some tea brewing, but go ahead.
So last week,
trying to call me out till I'm in the bathroom. But before you do that, everybody do me a favor, invite and share. If you would invite and share and put on there, I've shared or shared. Everybody do that for me. If all 70 of you that's just on Facebook or however many is on there would share 54, we could double that number. We got a total of about 100 people on all. They say I be forgetting YouTube. So YouTube, you're on there. Lola, just a couple more housekeeping things. When the right one comes, I am 40, 50 people away from reaching 1,000. When I reach 1,000, they will allow me to go live impromptu without all these other StreamYard and all that.
Wow.
I need you all to, everybody that, before you go to bed tonight, I need you to go to When the Right One Come YouTube channel and subscribe and put me over the top before midnight. I need y'all to do that because then I can do some other things on YouTube. Okay.
Let's do that.
How many you need, Bishop?
40.
I think it's 40. Let me look right
That's nothing. We can do that.
We can do that. We can make that happen. We can make that happen.
Actually,
Thank you, Maker.
I actually need 51.
51. Need 51. We can make that happen.
Yep.
We can get that done.
Okay, Lola, take the helm.
Okay, so last Saturday, I canceled the show. I canceled the show probably at 4 o'clock. Was it probably about 4?
I closed the text thread.
Minus 5 hours from that.
What? Was it? Last week I canceled the show. I sent out a text.
About 11 a.m., friend.
Oh, okay. So it was in the morning. Saturday morning, I couldn't remember. Saturday morning, I canceled the show at about 11 o'clock in the morning. And I canceled the show. For those of you that are just joining and you may be here for the first time, my name is Lola George, and I keep it 100. I keep it honest. And today I said we're going to really deal with the other side of the camera. And so I knew that Sean and Fredrina had a few little plans. They had some plans. And I didn't want to be extremely intrusive, but the real reason was I didn't feel like doing it. I didn't feel like it. All
So,
week I didn't feel like it.
Question. So are you saying that this was not Simone and Sean's fault?
I'm taking responsibility. That's why I'm talking about it.
Amen. Okay. Just clarifying.
I didn't all week. I just did not feel like it. And every day that it got closer to Saturday, I'm like, I don't feel like it. I don't feel like it. I don't feel like it. So Saturday morning, I sent out a text like, yo, yeah, let's cancel tonight. It's the holiday weekend, and let's just celebrate the holidays, and we'll postpone it, and we will regroup next week. Now, to be 100% transparent, and this is how you know that we are brothers and sisters, I didn't call anybody to consult to say, hey, how do you feel? I just made the decision and canceled it without even calling my brother, that's the co-host on the show. And that agitated him to no end. That we didn't even speak all week. We didn't talk till today. And it was a moment that I was having, and it was a moment that I've been having. And so I had to really deal with myself. And Simone and I talked earlier this week, and I was like, sis, this thing getting hard. She like, sis, you okay? I'm like, man, this thing is like really getting hard.
I'm feeling like Lola forgot to say story time because we wasn't expecting this.
No, but I got to keep it because it's people that tune in and watch us every Saturday. And they watch us because we give them some type of reprieve. We become that thing for them that people don't understand we don't have. And there are days that we have to push through when you don't have any gas to push. And last week was my time where I had no more gas. Like I couldn't do it. I needed time for myself. And what people don't realize is that although you're healthy, your family is good, my parents are healthy, I have nothing bad to say about anything. This has happened, that has happened. I haven't lost my job. My job is good. Like everything in the perfect world is going well. Everything is good. But we get on here and we talk about the pandemic and how you're dealing with it. And I live alone. I live alone. As people say, why you got that big old house? You're there by yourself. That house, you don't need all that space. And it gets to you after a while. Like we've been going through this. I've been on quarantine since before the quarantine. Simone, am I telling the truth?
I'm witness. You shut it down before the governor shut it down.
I shut it down before when they declared a state of emergency. I shut it down. So I have literally been in this house
before it was shut down.
Before. By the time I went on quarantine, I had broken up with my little boyfriend. You know what I'm saying? So the company that I would have had, it's gone.
He was just a little boyfriend?
honey, he was so insignificant. We're not gonna go down that street, but clearly, because he's on the do not recycle list. Huh? Anyway, we're not gonna go down that street. But last week I really had a time because it felt like the walls began to close in on me. And when it's 10 o'clock at night, after you done hung up the phone from your best friend, or you done hung up the phone from your girlfriend, you know, you're talking to whoever, but 10, 11 o'clock at night, when you can't sleep and you just looking up at the ceilings and you just want somebody to talk to, shit get crazy. It gets real. Like, and I have been really struggling, and I didn't even realize that it was bothering me or it was getting to me until last week. And I was like, sis, like, mentally, I'm good. Let me say this. Mentally, I'm good because the Lord is my strength and my redeemer. So that part of things, I'm good. So my spiritual side is strong and it's good. And I know God is going to bring me through. And he's my provider. He is Jehovah Jireh. He's everything. That is good. But my flesh, huh? Because this is what we live with daily. My flesh is like, dang, man. And then you get to scrolling through your phone like, nah, I ain't going to do that. I've come too far to go backwards.
Too far.
Too far to go backwards. And you get to really live in like, dang, when is all of this going to be over? Because for me, I am such a social being, social butterfly, and I am such a lover of people that I feel like I'm on punishment because I can't interact.
Mm-hmm.
I can't go and be free. So I feel like I'm on punishment for something that I didn't even do. Like, I ain't even do nothing and I'm in trouble. But this is the life that we've come to live, and it's become the new norm. And these are the things that people are dealing with, but everybody don't want to talk about it. So my brother calls me today, and he called me with a finger of love because he said, this your brother called. This your brother. Because we have moments where, you know, this not the brother, this the bishop calling, you need to hear this, or this your brother, this Greg. Like, we have to know where the conversation is going to begin, so I'll know the direction that it's going to go. So we have a real conversation, and he shares some things with me, and then I began to share some things with him. And I'm so glad that he and I both have had an opportunity to grow as people, because we're the same individual. We're both hot-headed. We're both big on respect, and we're both big on decency and order. And so we had us a good talk, and I was like, we're going to talk about this tonight, because people need to know that everything behind the lens isn't always peachy. Now, we didn't get into no argument. We didn't get into no back and forth. So let me just clear that up. He shared some things with me that was on his mind and on his heart. And I'm like, wow, man, thanks. Like, thank you for even calling so we can have this moment, because you don't know what other people are carrying. Just because people seem to be okay, you don't know what they're carrying.
Mm-hmm.
And so he shared what he, you know, how he feeling about some certain things. And then I was able to share with him, well, this is how I'm feeling. And it was so healthy and so good, because we have an opportunity to be transparent and open and don't have to hold back. Don't have to be like, well, I don't want to say this, because if I say this, then he may get upset and we ain't going to be friends no more. And we declared and decreed earlier today that day will never come.
Period.
We ain't going to fall out over no stupid stuff. I said we've had worse fights over some good stuff. But I just had to share, because there are people that tune in and that watch. And last week I had a real moment, y'all. Then I was like, I don't feel like it. I ain't doing. So what did you do last week? Since you canceled, hopefully you had something to do. What did you do? What did you end up? Hey, what did you end up doing?
Who are you talking
Nothing.
to, Sean?
No, she's asking herself.
Herself.
Yeah, I'm asking myself. So what did you end up doing since you canceled the show? What did you end up doing, Lola? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Stayed in the house yet again. Had the remote control and was watching movies on Netflix and DirecTV. But it was time that I needed for myself. And so I share this with you because there are moments in life that you need to take time for yourself. And I'm going to tell you to take them. But I'm going to also tell you to be decent and orderly in how you take them when it involves other people. Because I will publicly say that I didn't handle that right. And I don't have to even give this part of the conversation. But again, I'm an open book. If I will allow you to be with me Saturday nights, then let's keep it 100. But I could have handled that differently because I knew Monday. We saw you, what day? We saw you earlier in the week.
Thursday.
Thursday.
I'm preaching my sermon.
Thursday. I knew Thursday I didn't feel like doing it. I could have said Thursday, hey, Saturday is a wrap. We ain't doing it.
But
I
have a
waited for the
question.
day up. Yes.
So since you say that you didn't handle it correctly and you feel like you should have done it anyway? Or you should have spoke up sooner?
I feel that I should have spoken up as soon as I felt like I didn't want to do it.
Okay.
Because what happens is there's 3 other people that's on the panel with me tonight, right? So I tied up your night because I had you reserved. I tied up Sean's night. I had him reserved. And I tied up Greg's night because this is what we thinking we're going to do Saturday. Y'all could have had other plans to do other things, but because you committed to do this, I stifled the things that you could have done. So that's one for the guests, but then to my partner that I do this with, he got all kind of stuff going on. He could have possibly turned down an opportunity because he thought he was going to be doing this. I may have taken money out his pocket. I don't know that. So and we have great communication. Like, it's nothing for us to communicate. So I'm saying I was so caught up in a moment that I became so selfish that I didn't care about
sooner
how it impacted other people.
Because we all could have made other plans. Other things
you all could have made other plans. But the one thing y'all know about me, when I'm wrong, I don't necessarily need anybody to tell me I'm wrong. Because once I identify I'm wrong, I'm gonna bring it to the forefront and be like, yo, I could have, like I'm doing right now, I could have did this differently. And I'm doing this because I want the people to know the real. What happens when we close down these computer screens and we living? It don't always be how we act on Saturday nights.
Right.
Everybody has an opportunity to have a moment, but when you have your moment, because you can always give advice on the other side of the opportunity, right? When you have your moment and there's other people involved, the right thing to do is to always consider the people that it could possibly affect.
Mm-hmm.
And the 4 of us can pick up the phone and call each other at any time of the night with no hesitation. So I have to look at myself and be like, you were really selfish about last week. Take, if you need to take your time, take your time. But it's not what you do, it's how you do it. And I'm big on that. Big on that.
I respect that.
So.
Bishop, can I ask a question?
Sure.
In television, they call that a monologue, right?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
That was about a 20-minute monologue. So
let's talk
about some stuff now.
That was the opening monologue. But let's unpack that, because I see the different comments saying, yeah, take the time. This is not as much about as Lola taking the time, needing the time, as much as it is about transparency.
Yeah.
And those of you that follow me on my When the Right One Comes journey, every now and then, which I just did a video about 2 hours ago, that'll probably play Monday or tomorrow night, that is talking about checking in, singles checking in. And it's where I be transparent with my walk and where you all come back and say to me, and then we all encourage. I always tell you all to say, hey, be encouraged, single. Be encouragement to the single, some word of encouragement. And so this, this is real.
Yeah.
No matter how much people will say, I see all them comments sometimes when I do that. Oh no, I'm good being single. We say all that stuff.
Those are lies.
We are not created. First of all, we are not created to be alone.
No. The Bible says it's not good for man to be alone. So you know what that means? Women, we got to mount up and go and be with them.
If that was the case, then he would not have, y'all so crazy. He would not have made Eve for Adam immediately.
It's not good for man to be alone.
It's not good. I've had moments. I did the same thing she did. The entire Labor Day weekend, I might have went out one time to get food because I wanted a certain thing on the holiday. But at the end of the day, the holidays are real for those of us that are really trying not to go backwards and to things that you don't want to really do. Yeah. I am one that is abiding by this whole stay in the house thing. I go out when I have to. And so I stayed in the house. I'm not a TV watcher like that. So I listen to music. I looked at the ceiling. And here's what I came to the conclusion. If you did not check on me during the holiday, if you didn't say anything, I'm talking about to anybody that you would be talking to or think that you're talking to, then you're really not talking to them.
Right.
Because if you can go a whole holiday and not pick up the phone and say, do you need anything? And you're talking to somebody, then you really ain't talking to that person. You're not you're fooling yourself. And so I did a post yesterday, and it was like, ain't y'all tired of the fillers? People that just fill in until the right one comes. Could it be that the fillers are causing you to get the right one, or hindering you from getting the right one? Because the fillers, they ain't doing nothing but filling in time.
Taking up space.
So we're being transparent tonight. Those of y'all, now these are my opinions, that's Lola's opinions, but the single life ain't what it all cracked. Let me say this. It wasn't even what it cracked up to be before pandemic. Because all we did was go out with people that we really didn't want to be bothered with most of the time. And we settled for people that they shouldn't have never got past a hello.
Yeah.
Or even talking about buy me food or drink. So that's the real thing. And those COVID booty calls ain't safe.
Uh-uh.
At the end of the day,
I ain't had one of them, y'all. Let me let y'all know.
No. I'm just saying overall.
No. But I'm transparency. I ain't had that.
You don't know where people have been. You don't know. I'm looking at all these celebrities saying that their circle has been small, and then they let one person in that went to somewhere else, and then they, The Rock and some other lady who's an exercise guru, they all saying the same thing, and it only take one thing, so it ain't safe. So this is not a good time. And then you have people that come at you. It's not that you don't have people that come at you, it's that they may not be good. I mean, and it's not to hurt nobody's feelings. You never get your feelings hurt over somebody that says no, because now you know. Now you know. You want to know. Now you know. You never get, I need to post that. You never get hurt feelings over a no. And so at the end of the day, I understand. I didn't like the way Lola did it, but I understand she was going through that thing, and I've been going. So what keeps me from getting to that place is all of y'all, all this that I do. But even after this, I can't be on social media
all night.
Even though I'm sure if I would go on, some of y'all would come on. But this is the real side. And I tell y'all, check on your single friends.
Yeah,
And this is the reason why. Did you ever think over the holiday to call somebody that you knew that was single? Because everybody else with their families. Anybody that you didn't hear from, and even have not heard from during COVID. Don't be talking about when it's over with. Hey, baby, you know, I missed you. Missed you. We've been in the house for 392 days, 1,000 times. So that's my monologue, Sean.
I didn't know.
Some trash because I like to be funny. And y'all so serious right now. Y'all got all
No,
the people
this is
crying and stuff right now.
we had to deal with that. I feel like I owe it to the people that support us, and Bishop been doing media far more years than I have, but I think I've been doing it now for officially. Wait a minute. Wow. 12 years. I've been doing it for 12 years. I've been in front of the public for 12 years now. And one thing that I've learned about being successful in media is, number one, owning your truth, admitting your truth, relaying your truth, but more importantly, respect the people that supports your truth. And so there are people that are faithfuls on here every single weekend that look forward to coming on Saturday. Because he like, man, I've been getting texts and calls all week. I'm like, I don't care. I can't. I'm having a moment. So I just want to tell my people that I love you guys. I thank you guys. We support you. I'm glad you guys support my truth. But that's what was up with last week. I got a question. When the right man comes, he won't be one that's in private, but he'll want to be in public. He will also respect you. I'm reading one of Bishop's, one of his posts. Question: are you willing, and this is in better days, but are you willing to see someone or court someone that only wants to deal with you in private? And have you ever put someone on that type of stipulation before? I have an answer, but I'm gonna let you guys go first. Well, you'll deal with it, but I'm only gonna deal with you, on the low. Something like an entanglement.
Does it have to be an entanglement though?
No, it don't. It don't. I'm being petty. I'm being petty and messy.
Well, for me, I can say that I have asked that respectively, that I'm not one, I really don't prefer to have my private life public. Just it happened to me in a relationship, and as sure as my name is Fredrina Simone Holmes, once we were public, all hell broke loose and created the demise of the relationship. So I didn't do it out of trying to avoid anybody knowing about it. I just did it because I know that for what I was trying to build in a brand, that it was not good for me at that time, especially spinning off of a divorce. Everybody's watching everything you're doing. Everybody's speculating. Everybody knows everything about your private life. So they think. And it just wasn't good. I knew it wasn't, but this person was adamant. They were not happy until we did. And when we did, it went bad. For me, yes, I have had someone to put it flip on me. And I can say that I was not comfortable with it. I didn't make a big stink about it, but I didn't particularly like it. But what I can say that enough time did not go by for me to force the issue. We never got there, but certainly it couldn't have lasted for very long, you know. But you can't. It's almost like you can't have something both ways. You gotta find that good space. And what I've learned really in being a personality or a person on social, trying to build a brand, it's just not good business. Keep your private life private. It's just, I mean,
Okay.
I want to pop up and be married. I want to fall in love, and I don't want nobody to watch our story and him buy me gifts. And I hope that he doesn't give me the ring on Facebook. That won't happen. If he's going live while he's doing, I'm gonna slap the thing out of his hand. I don't want people to know. I want to just see me somewhere. Oh, she had her, she looked happy.
Yeah.
There's too many layers to it, and it's not worth it.
Sean,
What about
have
you,
you
Sean?
ever?
I think it depends on the level of the relationship that you're talking about. Like, what level are we on? Like, if we just, AKA, in an entanglement, then that's what it is, and it needs to stay private.
Hold that one right there. Go ahead, Sean.
We need to just stay private. If we're in what we consider to be something like serious, then yeah, I want to be public, but public to me doesn't mean social media. That's something different. To me,
Okay.
public is the people that's closest to you know that you're in a situation with me. Like, if I'm in a situation, Lola know that I'm in a situation, and Bishop know that I'm in a situation, because they're my two closest friends. So they're gonna know if I'm ever in a situation. Now, that's public to me. Now, if it's an entanglement, they may not know, because it's just gonna go down when it go down.
I
Lola
know.
gonna know. She gonna know. She know all my dirty secrets. But I'm just saying, like, all your friends, your closest sister, your closest cousin, and all that. If we're in a serious situation, then they should know. That's public to me. And yes, I do want that if we're in something serious.
That's good. I like that.
Gregory Michael.
My philosophy is not a secret, but it's nobody's business.
That's good.
I love that.
Good. That's good. That's good.
You're not a secret. Okay? It's a secret when I don't want to take you nowhere and we ducking around. If you're not a secret, but at this point of my life and where I'm at and who I am, it's nobody's business.
Yeah.
Because I can't take the chance that our dating process may not work. And then, first of all, I'm a pastor. I have people that I answer to.
First and foremost. Yeah.
First and foremost. Number two, I'm on television all over the world every single day, all day sometime, even when my show is not on, commercials and all that. So I have that kind of responsibility. Not perfect, but I don't want to be showing this one and that one. Now, here's the irony of that. If you don't show them, then you're gay.
Yeah.
Okay, you're gay.
I've been accused.
And that's not my indictment. Some other things might be my indictment, but that's not my indictment. And if you show too many, then you're a hoe.
Yeah.
So you're doggone if you do, and you're doggone damned if you don't. And so you have to walk a tightrope, because if you don't take a person's passes, then you must be gay. No, you're not my type. That's just,
I don't like it.
I don't like the data. And so for those of us that are in public, it's even harder. But if you want to date me at this point in my life and you want everybody to know, then I wouldn't be your candidate. I'm not saying we cannot go out. We can go out to the biggest events. I'll take you to concerts. I done did it. But if you want to be some eye candy and that's all you want, the most important person that knows about us is us. That's the most important. And if you need that validation for everybody to know, I'm just talking about where Gregory Michael Davis is at in his life. And that's we've Thank you, Carlos Shipman. Thank you, sir. We've shown too much. And then for those of you that in church, we run up in here with these people, let's just say me and Dimps, and I say, oh Lord, y'all, look what the Lord blessed me with. Dimps, oh my God, look what she done. And then y'all don't see in 2 weeks. Was that really a blessing? Because the Bible says the blessing of the Lord maketh rich and addeth no sorrow. So
Come on with the scripture.
Dimps ain't gonna bring me no hell. It's gonna be a blessing. So we showing stuff, and then you embarrassed. You don't want to go back to church. You don't want to go back to work because you done told everybody. You done brought them around the office party. You done brought them around the Christmas party, and then the Negro buckwheat is gone.
Pastor say, don't bring not another one in here.
And so that's my spin on it, Lola Mae George.
You know, when I saw you post that, I had thought about story time. I had thought about shortly after I had gotten my divorce.
Story time, Sean.
Shortly after I had gotten my divorce, I had moved back to Michigan because I was living in Nashville, Tennessee. I had moved back to Michigan, and of course, you run into people from your past that you've known through the years that are, oh, you back? Oh, how you doing? People that's always wanted to shoot they shot, finally shooting they shot because now you're single, they got an opportunity. And like Dibbs is saying, I think men and women kind of handle these scenarios just a little bit different because a man can be seen with 10 different women and he's considered, oh, he the man. A woman seen with 10 different guys, she a hoe. So we have to handle it a little bit different. So there was this guy talking about the wine man. If you follow me, Sean.
I'm with you.
Okay. Mr. Wine man.
Y'all in these codes.
Get on my nerves.
He had pursued me since the 90s, like for years. And I was involved with my ex-husband, so it was never a good time. So I'm finally out of that relationship. I'm divorced and I'm back at home. And he heard that I was home, so he reached out and he was really there for me, seriously, as a friend, going through the first stages of that after that post-divorce process. And then we began to court one another and start dating. But I told him, I was like, so look, we can do what we do, but I cannot be seen in public with you. I can't. And I couldn't because I didn't want it to look like he was the cause of my divorce or he was like, I was so caught up in what other people was thinking or what they would say. And I'm trying to protect the integrity of my image and like, oh no, we can do, and so then as time goes on, I don't even realize that I've insulted the man. That I'm talking about, I'll go out with you, but I ain't gonna be seen in public. That's crazy. I was also very young at the time. But then as time goes on, my emotions change. And so now I'm ready to be serious. And now I'm ready to like, okay, we can do this. And now he like, remember you said
I'm straight.
Yeah, no. We gonna keep doing this thing on the down low. Because that's what you said. I'm like, but no, baby, nah. And so Sean had to teach me something. Sean taught me a long time ago that we can't change the rules to the game in the fourth and third quarter or at halftime. We can't change the rules to the game in the middle of the game. When you set the rules up front, those are the rules to the game. You can't change them. Because for men, what they hear you say, that's what they go with and they stick with.
Mm-hmm.
Lola?
Yes.
There was somebody I talked to way back when, because you have to say that around here. And I was into them, and they were ignoring me and acting all like they don't want to be bothered. And here's my favorite phrase for that. Ain't no fun.
So the
rabbit got the gun.
Yes, sir.
As long as the hunter got the gun, it's okay. But when the rabbit gets the gun and turn that thing, And I kept telling this person, I said, when this turns, because I know how to turn you.
Come on now.
Lean with it, rock with it.
Go to turn that thing.
A real man knows how to turn it.
Yeah, yeah.
But then a real man also, if you wait too long to let him turn it. Come on now, I'm preaching on a Saturday night. Y'all ain't getting, if you wait too long to let him turn it, by the time you are all in, he going down the road.
Bye.
Be ye served notice, ladies. Ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun. Continue the conversation. I'm going to get my hot tea. Obama.
Yeah, go ahead. And let me say this.
I'm listening. Go ahead.
I have had the Rambler.
Yes.
That was someone else that I had told. See, I'm trying to help somebody tonight because I don't want y'all to do what I've done because God is yet with me.
Help the people, Lord.
I had to tell somebody else that you're the person that I deal with pretty much when I ain't got nothing else to do. Not to that extreme, but I'm just keeping it real. We're having real conversations, right? So you all know that you all had people that you dealt with when you, like, you know, that they would be there if you know them. That's what you're gonna look at me like. Like I feel y'all eyes in the comments looking at me, but y'all know what I'm talking about.
Judgment.
I feel the judgmental spirit coming off all of y'all. But
Crystal say the who? The Rambler, Crystal. The Rambler.
Yeah, we got names for everything. Don't worry about it. But we have to be careful how we set up situations. I'm saying all of this to say, be careful how you set up situations, because when you set it up wrong, you can never get to the ending that we're looking for. The man in the top left corner.
Read that.
For the average person who isn't in the public, it's not cool to keep me a secret. It won't get to the next level if he don't think I'm public worthy. That's good.
That ain't but that ain't what we said. You missed the whole thing. And what we're saying is not just for the public eye person. You getting this twisted.
Yeah.
It's not just for it's for the person that ain't in the public. Why do you keep showing one person after another and it don't work? Why don't you wait until it works? You got to be in public for it to go to the next level. I'm
not a public personality, but I don't share anybody on social media.
Not ever.
But this comment at the end, you need to be in public for it to go to the next level.
What she's saying, because what she's saying, she don't want to be anybody's little secret.
Ain't nobody.
You're my little secret.
But what is public? Is she saying that if the person, he should take her places and they could do things together?
I said that though.
Right. You said that. So let her ask her to clarify public.
What does public mean? Now I'm gonna tell y'all what my pastor told me.
Had a little problems there.
Sean, tell them what the pastor told me.
Which statement we talking about? Don't bring out another one up in here. Is that the one you talking about?
I witnessed that myself.
I believe in saving souls. If you court me, if you want to get up next to me, if you want to spend time with me, you got to go to the place that I love the most, and that's the house of worship. My pastor said, Lola, don't bring nobody else in here.
He made eye contact with me. He was like, tell her.
Do not bring. I'm like, Pastor, I'm trying to get people's souls saved. If they want to be up next to me, they got to know that they got to love the Lord.
Ain't nothing wrong with winning souls, friend. Ain't nothing wrong with it.
Because Sean is a soul winner as well.
It's on her side for her foolishness.
Sean will win a soul for Christ in a minute. He is a fisherman of anyway. But that's another thing.
Said, bring them all.
That's another thing that we'll do. And so I've had to stop, is that we'll bring them to church with us. because they become a part of your routine. Ladies, let me tell y'all something. Listen to me. Be careful who you bring to the altar with you, because who's supposed to be at the altar with you may be watching and see what you done brought to the altar with you and decide that they no longer want to be at the altar with you because you've been tangled up
I don't
with the
think
wrong.
see, even in that, I don't think you should take a man or woman to your church until it's more solid. That is an intimate place.
Right. I agree.
You know,
I've
I
learned
agree
my
with
lesson.
that.
I agree with that.
Me too.
we just, if he don't want to go to church, no, he don't need to go to church with you yet.
Yeah.
I agree 100% with that.
Let's stay in this lane for a minute. Go and walk that text. Walk that.
Introducing me to family and friends.
That's what
She's
she meant by
clarifying
public.
public.
Huh?
She's saying what her public meant.
When the holiday comes, she don't want to be sitting at home and he tells some I'm going over to the family barbecue. She wants to go to the barbecue too. Why?
You ain't ready to do that because you may not be around. That's the other place. Church, family, good friends, children. That's prime time, baby.
Nobody's meeting my ruggies. Period.
That's prime time. And some of you that want to immediately meet a man, need a man, have to have a man, want a man, get man, get man over there, man, $50, man. You want to go to church already? Give me man, want to go to church, give me man, $50, man, want to go
So let me ask this question.
I'm not doing that
because
with you.
For me and Dems, anybody that comes into our lives, they know if we weren't in the pandemic, we laying out what we wearing tomorrow morning to church. And I'm calling Dems tomorrow morning saying, I got your seat. I'll see you in 20 minutes. Like, this is what, like, every Sunday we are in the house of worship. So when a man gets involved with you and he sees that you're a church goer and he says, can I go to church with you? I would love to go to worship with you. What do you say to him? What do you say?
My service starts at 11 o'clock. Text me when you get here and let me know how you enjoyed the service.
That's good. That's as good as it ain't you, it's me.
So are you saying that he shouldn't sit with her, Bishop? Is that what you're saying?
That's what he's
For
saying.
what? For what? You just met him and you sitting there parading him. First of all, you ain't got no respect for your pastor. To be
See, now
walk me down that street.
You just taking man after man, a girl after girl into your intimate spot. Your worship place is an intimate place.
This is good.
Right.
This is good. You helping us.
It's an intimate, sacred place. And the first thing y'all want to do is carry somebody there. Yes, you can come to my church. My service starts at 11:15. What time you get there? Oh, I don't know. Let's get an understanding. Hold on. This is my intimate space. And until we go further to know that you're around, this is my church family.
That's good, Bishop.
And I've taken other people here, and now I just want to woosah. I've made some mistakes in letting men into my intimate space too soon. My God is intimate. My worship is for real. My worship is intimate.
Yeah.
What would it look like? What? Let me finish. You ain't let me finish. What would it look like? Me as a pastor, I've had people come to my church. Nobody never know it. They figure they can spot them, but
I can spot them.
Yeah.
We can spot them.
I'm just saying. Go ahead, Sean.
No, I was just gonna say I agree, but I slightly disagree. Like, yes, this is my intimate place of worship and all of that, but don't say my service started at 11:45 when I'm asking you, can I come to church with you? Give me that explanation that you just gave.
No, I did that as a catchphrase. That's okay to give him.
It was just being slick mouth.
I'm
just saying, tell me. I would love for you to come to church with me, but right now it's not the right time.
When you kept raising your hand.
So
no. I was being slick mouth. I'm not saying don't just do it like that. I was really trying to make a point, and everybody got it. No, you should explain to them what I just said. This is my intimate place of worship. I made some mistakes in the past. I brought other people, and let's see how this goes. I would love for you to come. I would love for you to see where I worship, see the kind of word I get. Check out my pastor. Check out the church. If it goes further, then, who knows? He may have a church. The same thing applies. You don't want to walk up in his church. You don't know what up there. You don't know what. You go up in there and talk about who's she? Who are you with that short hair? That body? Who are you?
And she gonna be dressed nice, and she will be dressed.
And you sitting there saying, "Well, who is she? Oh, that's my ex." He done
can't even focus on church.
He done brought you in
focus because she gonna give you a bad shoe to look at.
He done brought you into hostile territory without telling you the whole story.
That's good, Bishop.
Y'all ready for this?
We ready?
He's using you to get back at her.
Yep. Dr. Carla she made a good comment. Dr. Carla, she said we can meet in the vestibule and go to brunch.
I saw that. That was good.
Yeah, I love that.
I love it. I love it.
That's one of the good things about the pandemic. You can take 1 million people to church and won't nobody know.
And the one thing, and I'll say this about our church, and we all of us love our home church, Triumph Church. That is our church. And we have this thing called the second row, where we sit, the same people sit next to each other on the same row every Sunday.
Chrissy, y'all ain't brothers and sisters. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
When new people come on the row, we be looking like.
Can I say something to Bishop? What Bishop said, that was really good. What Bishop said when he said about them taking you and you don't even know you don't even know what you're stirring up. Now, I had somebody say, we're going to go and we're going to, like, really this childish. We're going to shut it down because I know you're going to be like, and it's like, I was like, huh? That's what you going to church for us to be sharp? Like, and to turn heads. We're going to turn heads and they're going to be mad. And I'm like, yep, I'm not going with you. Like, that's not what I go to church for.
No.
At all.
We go to get a real worship.
We're going to tear our pumps up.
Yes.
Can I answer this one? What if he's a member? Carry on like you've been carrying on.
Yeah.
It's even more so.
Clearly, see you afterwards.
No. It goes to another level if he's a member. Okay? You hold on to make sure, because then watch this, y'all. Oh, I'm loving the night. Watch this. What if it don't work? And then y'all start sitting together. Somebody got to lead a church.
We seen that happen a million times at church.
That's what Chrissy just said. She dated someone that went to the church, but no one ever knew.
Right. So you can continue to keep going on. So same thing with your family. Your family is I remember, look at Lola. Y'all, this is a true story. Sean, you might have been with me. We went to one of the services. It might have been at Cobo or somewhere. It was a big service. Micah was in town.
Uh-huh.
And my friend Butch don't be thinking, Lord, poor
at all.
Was you with me, Sean? We went to the Hudson Cafe, packed.
Yeah.
And we went right to our table. It was a bunch of us.
Right.
Butch hits me up and said, "Hey man, girl was looking at you. She coming to the Hudson Cafe. She want to meet you." I said, "Absolutely not." And I told Sean,
Micah.
I said, "My daughter is here. Micah's here." And Micah was 23, 20. I don't care.
Yeah.
You don't get to meet Micah?
Okay.
No, that's my family. So it is. I agree with the lady that said we want to go to the next. No, when you meet my family, we done went to the next level.
Yeah.
Already. Yeah.
And there's a screening process in the meetings. Like you don't get to come to the house barbecue.
I ain't got no story time. I can't stand you. Go ahead, Lola. What'd you say?
You don't get to come. So you don't get to come to the family gathering. And when I say family gathering, when we do our little house sets and all the friends and the crew.
Because we're going to do this. Watch this. I'm going to do the chair again. They're going to be like.
Yeah. Yeah. You gotta be.
You gotta warn them. You gotta
You
tell them about them.
you got to. I got
Maybe
to.
maybe come by the gathering out in public and just sweep through there or something like that. You don't take them to the honeycomb hideout, not
Right.
right
We're
off
trying to
the.
help y'all. You show too much too soon, and then they're gone. You
Yeah.
show too much too what, Lola?
I got a story.
Story time.
I'm going to warm my tea. No, I'm just
So I would throw birthday parties at the house. I would throw what I call adult slumber parties because I never wanted anybody to come to my house. We're playing games. It's late. We're having a good time. And someone leave in the middle of the night and get into an accident because they're tired of anything. So I would just be like, just bring your overnight bag and just stay here. Just stay here.
Friend, you remember that little bitty overnight bag that was like that?
Yeah, Chris's overnight bag. So at one of my parties, I had I invited a whole bunch of people, but you never know who is who because everybody is here. And so I'm trying to call them out. Uh Lola George was here. Y'all with me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Lola George was here. Lola George was posted with their shoes off, feet up.
I remember this.
I mean, comfortable. Like, this my set. And I'm looking like, what are you doing? Like, dude, what is happening right now? You're too comfortable. You look too familiar with the surroundings. His feet is up, his socks is off. He like, I'm here and I'm not going anywhere. He's going in rooms that he should not have access to. And people just, I'm
he looking like he's been there multiple times.
Very comfortable.
like, boundaries. We're talking about inviting people to church, but really what we're talking about is boundaries.
Yep.
Yeah.
Setting.
And Lola, that's good. Because some folk ain't set no boundaries.
Yeah.
You just let people invade your life
Too much access.
because to do it, that's good, Dempsey. Because you know why? You know what the root of the cause is, Sean, and all of y'all? Because we've been alone so long
I was just about to say
that when they come, we give them full access.
Yep.
Access, y'all put this in here. Access is earned.
I like that.
Access to your life
Is earned.
is earned. You don't give it. If you give it too soon, then they will walk all over it. They won't. Access too soon is not appreciated. Thank you.
Yeah. And so people with personalities like ours, let's deal with our personalities. All four of us are very giving people. We're free spirited, we're open, we're very we allow people in. I mean, of course we have our guards and our walls, but our personalities are so warm that people enjoy our company. And so what we do that's normal, just because that's just the type of people we are, can oftentimes be taken for something that it's not. And then you find yourself in a predicament, in a position where it's like, oh, and this one right here, let me show you. That one right there. That one. He is the
So there'll be no mistakes.
He is the nicest. Oh God, he will be friends with somebody. They done fell in love with him because they've been hanging out and he just being friends and just being who he is as a person and as a man. And they done fell in love with him. And he like, friend, like, she doing too much. I don't like her no more. Like, cause maybe they've been hanging out. And I'd be like, well, just tell her. That one right there.
Do it again. Who you talking about?
That one right there.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
He has no boundaries. None. And it frustrates me because of his temperament and his character and his personality, because he's such a pure, beautiful soul, and he never wants to hurt anybody. He allows people too much access to
Too
things
much
that they
too
shouldn't
soon.
have.
Too much too soon.
What
Too much.
about what about when people want? What about if you flip it and people want the access to you and they're overly nice to you and they want to do stuff for you and they don't understand why you're like being like, bracing yourself and staying, kind of distant because you want to take time and you want to just take it slow and you want to be careful because you've been through some things. But they're doing everything in their power, like to show you I'm a good person. I can do like.
Are they trying to show you they're a good person, or are they trying to break you?
And
I think a little bit of both, because control, people like control. When people,
Oh no,
what
no,
I've learned in my life.
Let me tell you about men, Dims. Men like to chase and say, "Look, I broke her."
Yeah, and what Lola and I talk about all the time is
Come on,
that
Charles.
we'll
Yeah, I
see,
agree. I agree.
we'll run into men that want to change us because we're strong women. Like we're strong, we have our own homes, we have jobs, we don't need anybody for anything. And a lot of times it's like almost they just want to change you so bad. Like it's a turn off, because being nice is one thing, but when somebody wants to try to like change your whole, like the way you are, you want to be the woman, you want to be in control. I'm not trying to like totally change who I am. Like when the right man comes, I'm not going to have to relinquish myself. It's going to be natural. We're going to mesh a life together, but I'm not here to be forced into anything. I'm running into that a lot.
I'm in a season, and I told you this the other day. I'm in a season right now. Prior to this 45th year, I would move kind of fast. I would move fast. I'm just gonna keep it 100 with the people.
Yeah.
I would move a little fast. Now I am taking my time, because I feel like at this point in life, you've had mistake after mistake
Yes.
after mistake after mistake, and I'm not calling these mistakes failures, and I'm not calling them pitfalls. I'm not calling them anything bad, but I'm calling them what it is. It didn't work. It was a mistake. You tried something, it didn't work. Yeah, it was a mistake.
You're
You
not
probably
in
should
it.
have did that. But each one of those scenarios has taught me you need to take your time. And one thing my aunt would always say, because my aunt is once I get to a point where I feel like it's going to go somewhere that has potential, the first line of defense is always my aunt. Before you could ever even think about seeing Connie, you have to go and see my aunt first. And my aunt will take the information back to Connie to give her the skinny and the lowdown on how much time they think this individual have, or if they will even be in the picture. But my aunt would always say, and now she's at, I don't even want to see them before 6 months. Don't bring them to my door before 6 months. Has it been 6 months? I don't want to see them. So now it has taught me, take your time, because if they're going to be around, they'll be there in 6 months.
What's the rush?
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it a time thing, or is it an approach thing?
For me, it's both. But go ahead, keep going.
The reason I say that, so I had a conversation recently, and we were talking, and the conversation was that a lot of us we say that we're constantly going after what we need or what we like, but a lot of times we go after what we're used to.
This is good. Go ahead, walk down that street, Sean. Walk it in.
So you think this is what you need in your life. I had this before.
Yeah.
and that's what I need. But that before didn't work.
Right.
So it's not necessarily, it's not what you need, is what you're used to. So if we're constantly in this cycle where we're going after things that we're used to and not actually what we need, is it that we're moving too fast, or is it that we're moving too fast with the wrong individual?
We're moving too fast with the wrong types of individuals. It's the same. We tend to draw the same types. You are so on it tonight, Sean Jones, because I just thought about this week, and I was going to do a whole long story. I was going to do a long. That's why I need to be able to get that 1,000 people so I can go live and do those things on YouTube. I'm telling you, that is the cycle that needs to be broken. We are growing. Lola says her type is fat back, fat neck, whatever. Maybe that is the reason why maybe you need to change the neck to be a little size 15 instead of 18, because it ain't working. It ain't obvious. Hold on, I'm on the road now. Past them petitas, Miss, what you call it back? I'm back. The dead is risen. The issue is what Sean said. We still picking up the same residue from the last person. We want everything that acts like the same one because we can control it. Maybe we don't need to be able to control all of it, because anybody that can control all of anything is off balance. There needs to be some kind of balance. And we're looking at the same type. There's something about the type that we are going after people and drawing that it ain't working, that we need to try something else. And I'm not just talking, I use that fat back, fat neck as a metaphor, but it's not all in the looks. It's the personality. It's the character.
I had Sean and I was, and what Sean is talking about really derived from a conversation that we had in Dimps. I think I had this with you too.
Yes,
and I can't take credit for that. That ain't mine. I'm just putting it out there.
So I said to Sean, I said, I need to find out, because we are a summation of our life's experiences, but more importantly, we are the sum creation of the two individuals that created us. Know that about yourself.
Yeah.
We are the summation of our life's experiences, but more importantly, we are the sum of the two people that created us. And the two people that created us, there's things about them that you don't even realize. So I had to really go searching, because I needed to understand Connie is the epitome of class and grace and sedity. That's who Connie is.
I love her to death too.
That's Sean's girlfriend. My biological father died when I was 7. So who raised me, who I tell you is my king and my father, Lionel G, is the epitome of what a man is, what a husband is, what a father is. He is my everything. But that's not the DNA that's inside of me. So I needed to go on a journey to figure out really the true character and characteristics of my dad, because I needed to see, why is there this thing, no matter what, like I got to have it. I got to have this thing. And it's called a boss. The man, that dude, that guy, him. It's this, it's something that draws. And so I had to go on a search to find out, okay, I need to know a little bit more about who Oliver was. I need to know his personality. I need to know his characteristics. I need to know how he carried himself. I need to know, what did the street say? Not that my daddy wasn't no street guy, but we always say, what is the street saying? And I was able to find out that the very thing that pulls at me, and that other side, that it's like the Beauty and the Beast, that thing, that beast that I gotta have, that's my dad in me. That's my dad needing that person that can maintain control, that ultimate alpha personality that's running everything.
That is so awesome and true.
You have to know who you are, because it helps you understand your choices. The choices that I've made in men, I guarantee, and I will go on record and say anybody that I've dated, I'm not going to even say that they're bad people because they're not. They haven't been. But there's a common link in the thread that traces back to the DNA structure in me that created me that's similar to my biological. We often say that girls would choose men that are like their fathers. And when we say that, we're not even thinking about the DNA structure that created and that thing that's in you. We just saying the characteristics and what you saw growing up. But it goes deeper because I literally had to understand, why am I attracted to this particular thing? Because if I get to naming, and you all know the people that I can name: boss, 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 owner, 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 owner. The one that I was thinking about possibly going, Dimps, you know where I'm at. Another boss, you know what I'm saying? And so I have to be honest with myself and be like, yo, them didn't work.
Right.
And I know that they haven't worked. And I know that's not what I need. But regardless of what you knowing, what you're pulled toward, where your energy connects, you have to understand that energy connection is a result of what's inside of you.
Right.
And it's nothing you can do about it. You have to fight, we have to fight twice as hard not to be drawn to that energy and really look elsewhere, because 2 sweaters and a turtleneck.
Whew.
Great people financially would be able to provide the lifestyle that I have grown accustomed to, well educated, another boss, that dude. But got a cornfield in his pocket, got a lot of corn on him, just a little corn, just a corn ball.
Just a little bit.
This thing. But that's what you need.
But I don't think. Go ahead.
But I'm saying that's what you need, but it's like I don't have no connection. We was talking yesterday about connection. I have to have a connection with you. If I don't have a connection, I don't care what financial means you have. I don't care how good you look. I don't care how ugly you are. I don't care. If I don't have that connection with you, then I can't be.
You can't force it. It's not going to work.
Force what's not there. But I'm struggling because the very thing that's pulling me most times is stuff that I don't need.
That's good.
Now that's the truth. What I'm drawn to is what I don't need. So how do you leap over that to begin to deal with what you really need?
So let's deal with that, because that's what I wanted to say. Whose phone is buzzing like that? Somebody getting in trouble.
That was mine. Sorry.
No, I'm teasing you. I knew it was yours. So listen, here's the truth of the matter.
How you know it's Sean? Like, we don't have nobody calling us, Lola?
Yeah, I ain't got nobody calling me. Go ahead.
No.
Be quiet, Bishop.
So here's the thing. You kept saying what I need. That's the whole issue for everybody that's on this line. We got to ask ourselves, what do you need? What is it at this point of your life, whether you're 30, 28, 40, 58, 50, 51, 50, whatever, 60, whatever what do you need, not want.
Right.
Need. Your need should be met first, and then he give you a little bit of what you want. What do you need? What makes Sean, Dimples, and Lola, and Greg, and Mika, and Kiki, are you with me? Crystal, George, and all of you. What makes Dr. B? What makes what right now is what you need in your life? Okay, I need a man. No, that's not good enough. I need a woman. What does that look like?
Right.
What do you need? What right now? What is it that Lola needs? Somebody to keep you company? somebody that no, you don't need anybody to buy your house, or you don't need a dream. You got your house. Y'all got houses. Everybody, Sean, a homeowner. Everybody got,
Beautiful home.
yeah, everybody got,
Thank you.
everybody got. You know, I'm the one that got a little small place because that's where I want to. This the way I want to live.
In-house. Stop it.
All right.
Can't even take you being fake. Please stop.
Small one. But it's where we are. And so what, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not asking y'all to answer this, but what is it that you need? And then what is it you want? Your need should be over your want. And maybe, Lola, we've all picked what we wanted. And when you think back over it, those people again, people shouldn't have got past the, can I buy you dinner? Can I buy you a drink? Can I? They shouldn't have got that far. You should have just said, you should just did like that. Ooh, you fine. Hey, no, I'm good.
Yeah, you're
I
right.
remember being 23 years old.
Story time.
Story time. I got them because I didn't live, honey. I remember being 23 years old, being invited to an establishment by a coworker. And I walk into this establishment. It's very nice. It's a nice little popular spot here in the city. And everybody in there was dressed nice. Everybody looked good. There was no riffraff in the building, not one. These were your business professionals, your entrepreneurs, your movers and shakers. And I remember seeing the most beautifulest thing that I had ever laid my eyes on up until that point, standing in the corner. And the first time that I went to this spot, I just stared at it for the entire night. I just looked and looked and looked and looked and was just in awe of the beauty of what God had created. So I continued to go there. This is my story, Sean, and I'm going to tell it how I know it, right? So
Indeed.
I go back a few other times and I see this individual and I have no clue of who this person is. And I tell my girl, like, me and Dimps out, and I was like, I don't know who that is, but I got to have him. I need to know who that is. And so my girl say, who? I said, him right there in the corner. No, the one over there in the gray. No, back there in the gray, standing in the corner by himself. Who is that? Come to find out, my girl knew who he was, knew him very well. Very, very well. She was like,
My.
that's Lucas. You know him? I'm like, we've been coming here all this time and you know him? The worst mistake I ever made in my life was declaring and decreeing what I got to have. Life and death is in the power of the tongue, so a man speaketh. So be careful of the things that you ask for, because God is good enough to allow you to have them. I'm not saying God had anything to do with that, but I am saying be careful of what you allow yourself to speak, because the very things that you speak, you can speak. You have the power to speak things into existence. There's not a thing on this earth that I've spoken over, that I said that I've wanted, that I haven't gotten. I'm just telling you how my life has been. There's not one thing in life that I've said I wanted, and I said I got to have that, I'm going to get that I haven't gotten. Not one.
I'm still trying to figure out why she had to have that, y'all. Just so y'all know.
It ain't for you to figure out. But I tell you what, that entanglement that I was in, and I talked about it briefly, had my life toe up for a long time. A long time. On and off, on and off, on and off, on and off. And it began to shape my choices.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you take and line up the soldiers, everybody say they look like that one.
Can I pose another question?
Absolutely.
And
This is
this
where
was
we
brought
keep
to
it
me.
real.
Like, I know we deal with these relationships in these different fashions, and we have these reasons why we're going in these circles and these cycles and all that. And as I said earlier, we're chasing after what we're used to and not what we need. One thing we never talk about or address in our community, African American community,
All of
is
us not African American on here. Some of us is half and
even the mixed folks, you know. But we never talk about therapy.
Lola and Nigel was just talking about this
yeah. And there's different types
today.
of therapy. We literally we're just talking about this. Therapy is how now let's deal with that. I think the Black community, and I'm gonna deal with it in a particular way and definitely chime in. I believe that the Black community, because of what we've endured as a people, and let's take it back to slavery days, taking it back to the days of our ancestors in the cotton fields, going through the most tumultuous times that we can ever think of. The only source that they had for relief was through prayer. My God, my God, my God, my God, my God, my God. That was their cry. That was their therapy. That was how they got through. So that thing they taught to the next generation, and the next generation taught it to the next generation, and the next generation taught it to the next generation. So what became our cry for help, we've always been taught, take it to the Lord in prayer. God is not hard of hearing. God can provide your answers. That's what we were taught. And then the different denominations within the church as a whole, let's take the Catholics. I grew up in Catholic schools all my life. You're taught that you can go and talk to the priests and make your confessions and have your confessionals. You'll do that. And that's a form of therapy. But you take a Catholic child that will go to the priest and make her confessional. Now go get you a Pentecostal or a Kojic or a Baptist. I ain't going to tell the pastor what I just did. I'm going to just pray about it. So it's how people are conditioned to deal with stress and grief. Our people have been conditioned to deal with those things through prayer. Now we're in a time where we're more open in our approach and open in our thoughts. And we understand that it's good to get things off. What actually the first 20 minutes, the monologue that we talked about, we laugh about now, but that was therapeutic for me because I needed to get that off. And I needed to talk to the people that I felt I affected the most in that cancellation. But counseling is healthy, but then who do we trust where we can share our innermost secrets with? And we've been conditioned to believe, don't go telling your, because what was the one thing you learned as a child? What happens in this house, what
Stays here.
stays in this house.
Don't go talking about my business to
Don't
nobody.
go my business to nobody. So there are so many things that we've been conditioned and taught growing up that is anti-counseling. But then you come to a point in life where you haven't developed coping skills. We've talked about that, right, sis? Where you haven't developed coping skills that although I've prayed about it, I'm waiting on God to fix it, but
You're
God's
bankrupt.
time is not our time.
You're emotionally bankrupt because
You're emotionally bankrupt. You're emotionally inept. You can no longer cope and deal with the things that you need to deal with because you never gathered the coping skills growing up.
Yep.
And counseling has been frowned upon. Now, Greg's cousins, they'll go to counseling in a minute.
No, seriously. And me as a pastor, this came up on, I don't know if Sean was there the night. This was a big argument on when on Young Preacher, because there are a lot of people that are spiritual, that are religious, shall I say. They don't think that you should talk to therapists, but I'm a firm believer. Some of this stuff needs to be talked out.
Yeah, you need it.
It is a wonderful thing to be
I'm
able to
for
do.
it. Like people need to sit on somebody's couch, lay on somebody's couch, go to sleep on somebody's couch, and deal with these things. We go back to that.
You're doing it anyway. You talking, but you're just talking to the wrong people.
Right. That
So
don't have the skills to even help. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I want to go back to something you said earlier, that you're the sum total of your mother and father, and then your father. But I want to take it a step further. That is part of what you're a sum total. We're also a sum total of all of our experiences.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Oh, absolutely. That's
and
what shapes
sometimes our experiences bleed, because we're not, we may be healed, but we're not whole.
Yeah.
And so we bleed on other people. And because we have not talked to anybody to get that out of us, then these experiences we take out on innocent people.
Yeah.
We take these experiences out on innocent people. And let me go a step further. Somebody say step further.
Step further.
That could be the right ones. How many times have you taken and you look back and say, man, that was it right there, but it was just the wrong timing.
Got away.
You got away because it was the wrong. Look at her. She getting beat up tonight. So big.
Oh yeah.
Toes on fire.
Our past hurts have pushed away our present happiness so many times that it's ridiculous.
Man, when I can think about a couple people that I'd be like, I was like, man, I was just but for real, Lola, I know we play with this. It really wasn't them.
No.
It really was me. No shade. In some cases, it was them, and we just don't take blame. But in some cases, it really was us, and we need to admit it. We was cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. We was off, and we wasn't ready to talk to nobody. I used to talk about women when they use this line, Dims and Lola, when y'all would say, "No, I don't want to talk to you because I'm getting myself together." I'm like, that's just no. Some people we need.
I'm doing me. When they tell you I'm doing me.
No, some of them we need to let them do.
Yeah.
We need. And I'm a believer that we all kind of need to do us and get ourselves together, because we
totally do.
We think we together. Y'all talking to therapists now. You just don't know it. You call it your best friend, and you telling them stuff when you should really be talking to a professional, because all you doing, yeah.
When I look at the last 20 years of
the
last 20 years of what I do for a living, I've been doing it for 20 years.
Ooh, that's good, Felicia. I'm gonna post that. Go ahead.
That's mine.
What you say?
Oh, you said that? You did? But I must have just elaborated on it.
Yeah. So make sure you give me my credit now.
No, I know you can take it, because you be doing your right one post too. Go ahead, you got it.
For the last 20 years, I've been doing employee development and professional development. I'm a certified coach. I do all of this stuff professionally in the workplace. And when I look back on it, I was like, I should have went to school for psychology versus marketing, but neither here nor there, because I become the person that becomes the ear for so many people.
Mm-hmm.
Number one, because God has blessed me to be able to build solid relationships with people where they can trust me, because I haven't betrayed anybody's trust, because we have this thing that all of us, they know probably because of me, that I call the vault. When you tell me something, you'll never hear it again. You'll never hear it again. When it's that innermost, that deep, you'll never hear somebody come back to you and say, Lola said, no. And most people need to have the right person to talk to. And finding the right person to talk to is hard, because we have friends that say they love us and say they have our back, but secretly are envious, secretly jealous, secretly would love to be in your shoes and can't figure out why they haven't been. They want to possess the things that you have and genuinely don't care about if you make it or not. So trusting the integrity of the person that you're dealing with is where it becomes the true challenge. And you have to show yourself friendly, show yourself trustworthy so that people can confide in you and trust them. But when they do, I always take it like this because I think it's part of my ministry as a person. All of us are ministers. All of us have ministry in us. If you love God, you have ministry in you. The question is, what is your ministry and what are you going to minister? When people come to me and they're sharing their innermost secrets, at that moment, I feel like I become accountable for that person. And I'm accountable for the information that I give to them. And when I give the advice that I try to give it from a perspective that God would be pleased. I need y'all to hear that.
You're leading me to another question, if y'all don't mind.
Go ahead.
So I another discussion that I had recently, right? And the question was, if you're in a relationship, do you seek counsel and advice from your single friends?
I think
as it pertains to your relationship.
You have to look at who they are and where
look at who they are
and what they've done in their lives
and what they've done in their own life.
So what was brought to me was you seek advice or counsel from your single friend, but your single friend will impose their past hurt in their advice that they give to you.
That's not always true.
That's not always true.
That's not always true.
That's not always true. And I'm gonna just Sean, let's me and you have a moment because me and you talk about everything under the sun.
100%, yeah.
And I want you to be truthful.
Yeah.
Which I know you will. I've been single for as long as you've known me because I've been divorced 13 years as of yesterday. Today is my anniversary, everybody, of being married. If I would have stayed married for 15 years, but we're not gonna get into that. So have I ever given you bad advice?
No, I don't think so. And if it was bad advice, I don't think it was intentionally. But no, I don't think so.
Have I ever imposed any of my pain and hurt?
I don't think that you have. No, I don't think that you have.
And again, I think the person that's giving the advice, you have to look at the calling that's on your life and pay attention to that. And like I just said earlier, when I'm in a moment with someone and they're confiding in me, immediately I go into a spiritual mindset because God somehow led you to feel comfortable enough to talk to me. So now there's a level of responsibility and accountability that I have to the individual that I'm giving that advice to, that it comes from a place that would be pleasing to God. Because I'm his child. I'm a representation of what his love is supposed to look like. I'm a representation of what his message is supposed to be. So I cannot, in good faith, give advice that's contrary to what thus saith the Lord. And I'm not even trying to be super deep, but I'm telling you who I am. Go ahead.
What I was going to say in regards to the single friend bringing their past hurts to the advice that they're giving you, one bonus of the single friend that has been hurt in the past, they could have learned some things that they went through that you can now benefit from. That's why I always tell my friends that are maybe in relationships and know that I was married for a good, while, or my children even. I tell them that let me help you from what I went through. I can't tell you that I'm perfect from what I went through, but I can shed some light on some things that I would do different since I went through what I went through. So take this piece that I went through the fire for us and let it benefit you. So yeah, they're not, a single friend is not always gonna impose, bad advice on you. You can really learn a lot from a single friend that's been through some things.
Let me just reiterate, because one of the statements and questions somebody had was, who are the people that's on the panel? So again, we have with us tonight Simone, Pretty Thing.
Yeah, I showed it. That's why I brought that up.
Yeah, and Sean Jones.
Hi.
Hello.
Yeah.
Sean been having a lot of conversations lately. We ain't gonna get into who he talking to, because these ain't conversations we had. Anyway.
They are not. They are not.
And
the person who I've been having those conversations with, she is watching tonight.
Yeah, this is good. And I think when one of the things that Greg does and one of the things that Sean does, if they get involved with someone and it becomes serious, one thing that's going to be constant is that I'm going to be in the picture. I ain't going nowhere. But what they will do is introduce me to be like, this is my sister. We've never had anything going on. This is it. We ain't never slept with each other. We ain't never been with each other. This is my sister. And you have to say that, because when you have female friends that you will either call best friend or close friend, that can either be intimidating to your mate. It can be complicated, because some people don't like that, don't believe in platonic relationships, don't believe those things exist. It could be a few. So one of the things that I try to do is assist them in helping them get comfortable with who I am, and let them know, hey sis, what you don't know is that I fight for you when times you don't even know. I would be like, yo, he on some BS, or I'll tell him. I keep it real with him. So I become an advocate for the partner, and they don't even know it. But making sure that your mate and your partner is comfortable with your female friends or your male friends, that's critical, and that's something that you need to do up front. I don't need to find out about a new best friend and we've been dating 6-7 months or a year. Not where she come from? What you mean? No. Let them know up front, just to put everything on the table.
All right. It's so funny that Alicia, well, I was about to play Sam Cooke. It's been a long time coming, but I know it's coming. Because I ain't talked about nobody in a long time. Well, listen.
Right.
So listen, I want to do something different tonight as we close. I want to put up my Cash App, all my information. I want to do kind of what we do on Monday nights with the men. I want to put up my information, and whatever you all give tonight, I'm going to split it with the panel. Okay. So you send everything to me. It's easier to do that way than $10 here. I am going to ask, because this is entertainment also. Many of you laugh. Many of you get your therapy because you tell me that you do. So you can Zelle me at gregdavisshow@gmail.com. I promise you, the brothers on Monday night, they'd be very glad to have them some Starbucks money. You can do, it says Friday night pop-up, but it don't matter. That's the information. Cash, I got too many stuff going on. Cash that Greg Davis 6862 or Zelle Greg Davis Show. If everybody would do a $20 seed tonight, like you going to a show. Matter of fact, here we go. There it is. If everybody would do that tonight, I can buy them some Starbucks. Okay. I can buy them, or some brunch on Sunday morning that these two ladies do. I don't go nowhere, because I learned from Dr. Felchi this week that it's safer outside. You got more chance to get it on the inside of a restaurant. So I definitely ain't going inside in the restaurant.
Dimps, where do we sit?
Outside.
And when you see us driving by, where do we
No,
sit?
y'all do. No, y'all do. Except for that one time y'all had to come out of there because I caught y'all inside.
We were waiting for a table outside. That's
yeah,
why.
there was too many people around though. I got
All right,
no.
is you talking about me or you two or you with
I
somebody
got
else?
these two right here, Sean and Lola.
Oh, I was getting ready to say I wasn't in that.
I while y'all giving, thank you, Pamela. Thank you. I need everybody to do that tonight. If you'll say I'm sewing, I'm buying a ticket, whatever you please, you feel free to do. But don't get all this information. Some of you tell me you got your friends watching and all that stuff. And please sew. And I will send to them. I will equally send it. Thank you, Bettina Sawasi. Thank you so much for that. I went to the gun range today. The first public place I went in since March 31st. I don't go to grocery stores. I have my food delivered. I just ordered Freshie. I'm gonna start doing them Freshie meals pre-planned. So I won't have to go, I won't even have to order to know that the Uber driver or the other person spit in my food or did something to it.
You'll love Freshie. I tried it for
Freshie
a
is
couple
good.
months. Yeah.
Freshie is good.
But it's a lot it can be a lot of cooking to it though.
Freshie? No, not fresh, what you call it. No, these are the meals that you just pop in the
Oh, okay.
microwave. You talking about fresh, the other thing. No, I can't do that. Somebody sent that to me and I no.
It's too much instruction.
Excuse me. Freshie already is like TV dinner, except it's
nice.
Yeah. And it's cheaper than me ordering Uber and stuff. Anyway, we talking anyway. So how many of y'all will sew that? Come on, y'all. I need some more of you tonight that would do that tonight. Simone, Dimples, Frederica, whatever we call her. She has her own clothing line. Thank you so much, Alicia. Alicia always gives. She has her own clothing line. Where can they find you at as they're giving?
I am on Facebook, Simone Pretty Things Homes. On Instagram.
Thank you, Harper Jones. The second, keep going. I'm sorry.
Okay. On Instagram as _ Pretty Things 1. A new website is going to drop on 10/10. Kind of slow things. COVID kind of.
Thank you, Monica Turner. Keep going.
Took a step back, but just doing some new and exciting things. I do things a little bit different than your average online boutique person. I kind of go with how I feel, with what my vibe is. So I get to do what I want to do when I want to do it. So I'm just showing some eclectic looks, cute on a budget. Yes, we all love designer clothes, but let's keep it real. Everyone can't afford designer clothes, but you can still look like you're wearing the top designer. So yes, that's my little niche. Cute on a budget.
Okay. So where can they find you? Where can they find you again?
On Facebook, Simone Pretty Things Homes. On Instagram, it's Pretty Things. And Pretty Things -4u.com is the website right now. And a new one, an updated site is going to drop 10/10/20.
Okay.
Thank you.
I heard you got a new logo.
Oh, my new logo is already out, baby. It's fire. I'm sorry that you haven't seen it.
There's the website. I mean, there's the email address. If you have questions for me and Lola or the guests, I'll put it up right there. It's right there. Continue to give. It's scrolling at the bottom. Continue to give. You're doing good. Thank you, Monica Turner, Harper Jones, Felicia, my daughter, Elisha, Bettina Sawalski, and Pamela Henderson Brown. Some more of you tonight. If you could do that, if you were going to our show on the road, then you would, yeah. Sean, where can we reach you if we need to buy a house?
You can catch me on Instagram at Mr. Sean Jones. Facebook is Deshaun Jones. You can catch me in the comments every Saturday night talking trash. And while I got the floor, I just want to say thanks in advance to everybody who's giving. And also, I appreciate the opportunity. Lola and Bishop, it's always fun when I get on here and talk trash in person. and all my folks in the comments can actually see me and hear me talk. So I appreciate the opportunity, and I can't wait to do it again.
All right. Thank you so much. If you're just getting on, you can watch the replay. And Lola's going to close us, but I need to say this. I'm so close, y'all. So close to get to that 1,000. I am at, hold on, 9:55. I need 45 more people to subscribe to When the Right One Comes YouTube channel. Thank you, Sharon E. Thompson. Thank you for your gift on tonight. So if you all would go to my YouTube channel before you go to bed tonight, I believe there's 45 people, you and your friends, that can subscribe and put me on that 1,000 page. Okay, do that. And there's the giving information. If you need to Zelle, if you need to do PayPal, I promise you they will get what you're sending. It's just easier to do it this way. My last announcement, tomorrow night at 9 p.m., I'll be with the conversation with the young prophets. Tomorrow on Monday night, When the Right One Comes, male edition, the men are coming back together. Sean is also in the comments on that. Letting the preachers have it.
Oh, yeah.
All right, go ahead. Enjoyed you tonight, Sean. Glad you came from behind the scenes. Oh, that's so nice. Alicia is one of the people. She's in Atlanta.
Thank you, Alicia.
She invites her friends. They be on watching together and commenting.
That's so awesome. Thank you.
And she tells other people. And I just posted something. Lola, she sent something to both of us. One thing I said and something you said that you might want to repost. It was really good. So she's our scribe too.
Thank you so much, Alicia. To everyone that joined us tonight, from the ones that was there at the top of the conversation, thank you for allowing me to be real with you guys. We're real people with real emotions that deal with real problems. And the beauty of it is to know that you have people that support you through the good, the bad, and the ugly. Earlier, we said, check on your single friends, man, because all of us are living in a time that we've never even could have imagined. You never thought that you would have to be cautious about going to check on your loved ones, had to be cautious about going outside. You never saw this. You see it in the movies. You read it in the books. You heard about the history of it, but you never thought that you would see a time where you would have to live like this. But this is our new reality. And to everyone that's tuned in, know that I love and support you. I am praying for you, as I would like for you guys to continue to pray for us. This is therapeutic. There are days where this is fun. There are days where, you know what, you don't realize that the comments that you all give us helps us more than you even know it. So not only are you watching, but you're participating. And for your participation, I want to tell you thank you, because you guys help us just as much as we help you. And again, I often say you could be doing anything on a Saturday night, but you made a conscious decision to decide that you're going to come and sit and chill with us on He Said, She Said every Saturday night. And I do not take your time, nor do I take your presence for granted. And for that, I humbly say thank you. Wherever you may be in this world, take time to check on your mental health. Check on your mental health. Make sure you're strong. Reach out to a friend. Be a support to those that need you.
Single friends, right?
And check on your single friends, because this mental health thing, I think it's gotten worse during this time. So we need each other. I believe Hezekiah Walker said, "I need you. You need me. I need you to survive. I need you." And that's real. So I love you. Send your cash apps, because if there was some place that you were, again, that you were going to see us live, you would have a ticket price. So whatever you donate, whatever you give, is greatly appreciated, and it will be used to advance the cause and the kingdom, because we are the kingdom. So that's advancing us, huh?
I
All right,
appreciate the
y'all.
invitation. Thank you, Bishop. Thank you, Lola. Hey, Sean. It was fun.
We gotta
Thanks
do it
for
again
having
soon, y'all.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Y'all stay on when we go off. Do not drop the line.
Maisha, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Sharon Thompson, thank you. Some of y'all be on all my lives, and I really appreciate you. We've become a family doing this thing. So we're going to say good night to everybody. And there again, thank you for your seeds, and it will be divided and go to them. All right. Good night.
Close out. We appreciate your presence and your participation.
Thank you for your presence and your participation.